Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. This is going to be a little bit longer. There's a bit to do this week. We're kind of gearing up, and so the first thing you're going to want to do is take a look at the STEM resources and learn a little bit more about why we teach STEM. As I responded to a question earlier in the term, we're going to learn a little bit more about why is it important and how does that work at elementary. What does it mean? So beginning with a couple of videos, why STEM and what is STEM, and then also just a video to kind of overview problem-based learning and how those connect all together. So you're going to use this as an approach to planning some lessons as we move forward using the backwards design. So you reviewed a podcast last week. You started to get introduced to the backwards design. This week you're going to have a discussion forum where you're going to talk about what you learned about that, and then we're going to use it, as I mentioned, to plan a STEM lesson going forward. So you need to respond to this discussion post and then also respond to at least 2 classmates this week. So make sure that you do that to get full points for this assignment. The next thing you're going to do in the bigger assignment is the equity action plan. So you've been doing some thinking about equity. You did an equity classroom survey to really look at how is equity being addressed, or what are the practices that maybe support equity in your classroom or not. Maybe some that might be added to improve that. And so this week you're going to come up with an equity action plan. And so this one is a pretty detailed project and will take a little bit longer. And so it also is worth quite a bit more points than other assignments. So keep in mind that this is one that you need to spend a little more time on. And so the equity action plan, I'm going to take a quick look at it and show you, and I have it open here. I just can't find it's behind the camera. So the equity action plan is very specific instructions. So you're going to first pick one of these underrepresented communities or populations in STEM. And so pick one that's relevant for you. And then you're going to read the documentation about that case study in the NGSS. Once you've done that, you're going to also read Appendix D. That is actually linked in Canvas under week 3. And you're also going to go to, or here's where you can also access these case studies. In addition to those, you're going to do your own research. So I want you to find at least 5 credible, peer-reviewed, or scholarly articles that address your topic or your population. So for instance, or example, if you choose English language learners, then you're going to do some research on how do English language learners get supported in STEM, or even just Google STEM and English language learners. Again, you're going to want to look for scholarly journals, so you might want to use Google Scholar or go to our library resources and search for articles there, ones that have a little more credibility in terms of peer review. So find 5 resources, and then you're going to complete, after reviewing those resources, you're going to complete this equity action plan. How would you, using information from the resources, from your readings, from the research, how are you going to, in your future classroom, support this population using strategies that have been tested by educators in classrooms and have been peer reviewed in terms of the data? So I don't want you to just make up things that you've observed or that you think will work. I want you to actually use information from the research. So that means you're going to have to include citations from your resources. So when you quote an article, you need to make sure that you include in your plan the citation for that article and that you give them credit. And so I expect you to use APA formatting for this. And if you need additional help with that, you can use our Writing Center resources. You can actually use the Purdue OWL resources. But I will expect to see citations and properly cited work in this article. So in addition to completing this form, you're going to need to add a bibliography with the 5 resources and their citations. So That is the assignment for your equity action plan. That is due on October 23rd. And if you have any questions, please email me, sign up for office hours. I'm happy to work with you to help you if you need more resources for the APA citations and or finding resources or any other part of this project. So good luck, and I look forward to seeing how you plan to work with these populations in the future. Additionally, I'm going to actually pull up the to-do list just to make sure that we've covered what you need to know for week 4. So again, just a reminder, when you go into our Canvas site, you will see the to-do lists that are at the top of the page. And let's go back to that. And then I also, let me move this over because I can't get to there we go. And so the week 4 to-do list includes what do you need to read, watch, and listen, and then your assignments. So see, I did forget something, so good thing I looked at this. So the other thing that I want you to do this week is you've been learning about backwards design, and this is what we're going to use to plan lessons. So take a look at, in our Canvas site, the backwards design template, and that is listed under resources, and just take a look at that, because that's what we're going to be completing as we start to think about how do we plan a STEM lesson for our classrooms. Okay, well, I will look forward to seeing you on video next week, and hope you are progressing and learning some fun stuff about STEM in elementary.